I would be totally disturbed. I would never let them watch YouTube again without me being there like every second.
It's supposed to help parents have some peace of mind when they let their children online to watch videos, but it seems that some of the filters aren't really working.
It's the end of the world for YouTube. Again.
A platform with over 2.70 billion monthly active users and available in almost every country in the world has dark truths and controversies that you might have never expected. Its rise was more controversial than Elon Musk buying Twitter, and the way this platform has affected the mental health of millions of kids around the world is just eerie. But that's not all. YouTube seems to have become the government's puppet, which is why, in this video, we're covering the very dark truth about YouTube that you never expected. Hi, my name is John, and I cover controversies related to big companies. This one was quite interesting for me because, during my research, I found some disturbing truths that I'd like to share with you. The failing rise of YouTube. Founded on February 14th, Valentine's Day in 2005, Lover's Day wasn't just a coincidence. Before YouTube became known as the leading digital video sharing platform, it was completely different. If you use the platform called the Wayback Machine and search YouTube, and then sort the filter to 2005, you will find out that YouTube was a dating site. You can see that it is a very outdated form of Tinder, which is quite surprising because today, YouTube is being used by everyone. In late 2004, 3 early PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim, gathered to create something innovative that would change the world. At that time, the world was going through a digital shift, and many people were starting to incorporate the internet into their homes. That's when it hit the founders. They started working on a website for users to upload their video dating profiles, which would soon turn into a webcam studio. While their target audience was regular people who would use it as Tinder, it became something entirely different. On Valentine's Day in 2005, Hurley, as the CEO, registered the trademark, logo, and domain for YouTube. However, this website was initially launched to a small group of users. But even the initial controversial rise didn't garner much attention. So, what did Hurley do? Well, he started paying women $20 to upload their dating videos, and instead, users began uploading videos of all kinds, which became an even bigger mess. They soon had to turn the platform into a free streaming platform due to all the users swarming in hopes of getting their free $20. But even after making it a free platform, things took a darker side. The early days of YouTube were chaotic. People started stealing videos and uploading news, sports, concerts, and everything under the sun in hopes of getting views. Some people would even go extreme and upload child abuse and other sensitive things on the platform, which caused a lot of issues. The platform wasn't regulated and was getting many notices and complaints from huge companies like NBC to remove their original content. But then came a wave of extremist content in the shadowy corners of YouTube. Abuse, 18+ content, and all types of controversial videos were being shared on the platform, which forced the founders to include some sort of intelligent algorithms that would detect the videos and stop this mad mess. The initial rise of YouTube might seem controversial to most people, but even after it was regulated, disturbing dark things happened. A breeding ground for controversies. YouTube and controversies. The two words cannot coexist without one another. If we were to talk about all the controversies YouTube and YouTubers have faced, it would be a whole other video in itself. So, why exactly is that? You see, YouTube has given a voice to almost anyone out there. While there are many censorship and regulation laws, it still doesn't prevent controversies from happening. Sometimes, your favorite YouTuber might not be the perfect person you thought they were. Sometimes, deaths were shown on the platform. It all started when Logan Paul, a YouTuber who had amassed a significant following, with most of his audience being children, went to Japan. Logan filmed the trip while disrespecting Japanese culture, and it was clear that most people didn't like him. But that's when he went to the Aokigahara forest, which is known for people living alone. As Logan was walking in the forest, he saw a dead body hanging on a tree. Instead of going away, he had his film crew film the whole thing, and he even made fun of it. Then, he uploaded the video to YouTube, and millions of children and adults saw it, which became YouTube's darkest moment. YouTube is the perfect breeding ground for controversies because there's so much that they can't control. Even with their advanced algorithms, YouTube can't prevent these types of controversies. Many YouTubers, like Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul, have also used their vast following to scam their fans. They have looted millions of dollars and left their fans with nothing. Logan started his CryptoZoo project, which resulted in many investors losing money. Even though he promised the investors that he would return the $1.3 million that he had promised as compensation, nothing really happened. Many YouTubers hate each other, causing wars between fans, which leads to a very messy comment section. Consequently, many people have lost their entire subscriber count due to this, and many have lost their jobs due to their YouTube channels. There was a time when a feud between two popular YouTubers, Penguin Zero and Def Noodles, led to Def Noodles losing a massive subscriber base. It reached a point where he now has private everything on his channel. YouTube controversies are one thing, but do you know that the platform itself is known to censor and manipulate the algorithm? Censorship and bias. Most people don't know why YouTube is actually free. It's because we watch ads and advertisers pay for their ads so they can convert us into buyers. But that's where a huge problem comes in. What if the advertisers don't like some of the videos on YouTube? What would happen? That's where we go deep into YouTube and what's actually happening behind the scenes. This is the dark truth that might change your whole perception of YouTube and make you potentially understand how it is controlled. YouTube is one of the platforms that doesn't allow free speech. Now, it's understandable that free speech can cause a lot of hate speech too, but with YouTube, everything is controlled. For example, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, people weren't allowed to say their opinions or even say anything remotely controversial about the whole scenario. Moreover, creators weren't even allowed to talk about the pandemic because YouTube would simply demonetize their channels. YouTube said, "As such, all videos focused on this topic will be demonetized until further notice." In times of war, YouTube also starts deleting words like war or weapon, which is very odd because then the world cannot even listen to what's going on. Many creators, like Russell Brands, have accused YouTube of censorship and bias. This teaches us a vital lesson. YouTube isn't controlled by the audience or even Google. Instead, it's the advertisers behind that make all the decisions. These advertisers are the reason why platforms like YouTube, Google, Facebook, and more are thriving. So imagine if one of the big advertisers goes to YouTube and tells them to censor a specific part of YouTube, or else he will bail out all his ad spending. What would happen in that case? Well, you're right. A platform like YouTube is going to listen, which is precisely what's been going on. We can simply see this in a controversy when YouTube improperly used targeted ads on children's videos that they weren't meant to see. In the grand scheme of things, it seems like YouTube is still being controlled by advertisers, but there's an even bigger problem behind the scenes. Moreover, the horrifying truth about YouTube is that it is still controlling it. So, governments can strike down videos, especially in countries where there are censored internet laws. During the recent war, YouTube even started censoring the Gaza footage, which the public thought was propaganda. It's because the news becomes one-sided and the whole worldly narrative changes, giving us false news and wrong beliefs. Many people have also accused YouTube of running social experiments for selective censorship on their platform. This way, a lot of people are already leaving the platform, making it a less credible source of information. Misinformation on YouTube, Facebook has always been a source of misinformation. Still, a study by BMJ Global Health suggested that more than 1 in 4 of the most viewed COVID-19 videos on YouTube in spoken English contain misleading and inaccurate information. According to this report, nearly 50 of the videos, 72.5%, contained only factual information. but more than 1 in 4, 27.5%, contained misleading or inaccurate information, representing 62,042,609 views, or around a quarter, 24%, of the total. Interestingly, a letter signed by more than 80 groups, including Full Fact in the UK and the Washington Post's Fact Checker, says the videos support fraudulent narratives during the US presidential elections. YouTube has become a massive proponent of false news and misinformation, which has hurt a lot of people's beliefs, leaving them in complete distress. Whether it's medical misinformation or election fraud, the past has already suggested that YouTube does little. These have all been some of the darkest ways YouTube has been failing, with even crimes happening on the platform. Now, let's shift to the human side. How YouTube has been destroying lives, mental health, and most importantly, the well-being of the future generation. YouTube and loneliness, anxiety, depression, and stress research has shown that between 2000 and 2015, our attention span shrank by a whopping 25%. This is due to creators on YouTube shoving brain-rotting content down people's throats. The videos are getting weirder and weirder, yet so creepy at the same time. Moreover, they have so much going on at the same time that our brain is now adjusted to taking in more information in a shorter period. So, when a video that's more than a minute long comes along, people stop watching it. This also applies to real life, where humans do not have difficulty focusing in general. We have made ourselves so addicted to instant dopamine that anything that doesn't feel good is instantly rejected. Studies have also shown that there's a significant link between YouTube usage and increased levels of loneliness, anxiety, and depression, especially among viewers who are under 29 years old. YouTube not only manipulates the algorithm, but the algorithm can also recommend suicide-related content, which is just bad for our generation. However, when two processors from Griffith University's School of Applied Psychology and AISRAP teamed up, they found something horrifying linked with YouTube. The initial results of the research by Dr. Luke were, "We recommend individuals limit their time on YouTube and seek out other forms of social interaction to combat loneliness and promote positive mental health." YouTube is making the younger generation depressed, and to us, going through videos all day and spending more of our time on a platform that does not have much to offer. Some people use YouTube as a productivity tool, and most of us simply use it to fulfill our dopamine needs. Once we are off the platform, we start feeling anxious and depressed, and our mental health deteriorates. YouTube Kids. If mental health were ever a concern, then you would be shocked to find out the darkest aspect of YouTube that no one knows. YouTube Kids. On the surface, it's a wholesome app that filters out all the bad stuff and only shows kids-related stuff. But there's a deeper rabbit hole, which makes things so disturbing that once the truth is revealed, you might just take your devices away from your children. Enter Elsa Gate, a problem that many people are unaware of. Dirty thumbnails, disturbing videos, and adult concepts. You name anything. This used to be very common on YouTube Kids. This is an issue that I faced when my little niece was way too much into YouTube Kids. At first, I didn't see much of a problem with content on YouTube Kids. She seemed to be enjoying her favorite cartoons and videos until, one day, I noticed something disturbing. Introducing Elsagate. It is a term that refers to dark and disturbing videos recommended to kids on YouTube, which are affecting the minds of many. If you look at your child's YouTube channel, you will see Disney's popular character Elsa being used, and her whole scenario would involve using her cosplay or animation to create violent or even 18+ content. When young innocent brains see these types of videos, their mind is corrupted at a very young age, which could lead to many mental health problems. Many researchers have already shown that children's exposure to inappropriate and disturbing content can be detrimental to their health, their cognitive development, and behavior. Moreover, they could also become desensitized to violence, display aggressive tendencies in them, and even worse, they can face depression and anxiety and grow up to be violent. This shows us that even if YouTube might not be the problem directly, many outside factors, creators, and issues must be addressed. Final verdict. The dark side of YouTube is here to stay, and it might haunt future generations forever. Since its inception, the platform has been built on controversy, and in today's world, it's still as controversial as ever. Well, to this we can say only one thing. Beyond the glitz and glam of YouTube's surface lies a realm shrouded in darkness, where exploitation and harm silently thrive, hidden from the unsuspecting eye. But now, we ask you, which platform do you think is the most controversial? Comment below. If you want me to expose more companies and digital platforms, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to stay tuned for the next one.